Are you telling me my kid's possessed? No, I'm telling you, your kid could be demonized and attacked, but your doctor calls it autism. I don't care if you stand or not. I don't care if you leave or not. I'm telling you, there's deliverance in the name of Jesus Christ for your children and their children's children. There's deliverance in that. Ain't no such diagnosis in the Bible. Jesus cast out that oppressing spirit, and the child was made whole that very hour, the Bible said, that very hour.
Listen, Greg Locke, come here real quick. Listen, I come from a country, I was born in Iran. I come from a country where religion took over the country. Religion took over the politics of the country. It's not a pretty sight, okay?
To the place right now, if you vote Democrat, I don't even want you around this church. You can get out. You can get out, you demon. You can get out, you baby butchering election thief. You cannot be a Christian and vote Democrat in this nation. I don't care how mad that makes you. You get pissed off as you want to. You cannot be a Christian and vote Democrat in this nation. They are God-denying demons that butcher babies and hate this nation.
Okay, I guess Greg Locke has lost his mind. What the hell just happened? Wow. Christians have lost their minds. There's two types of religious people. There's the type who is live and let live, does their own thing, and I'm good with, I don't care what religion you are, live and let live, I'm cool with you, that's fine. Then there's the self-righteous cuckoo who wants you to do what they want you to do. You get out, you demon! You get out, you baby butchering election thief! Has Greg Locke not heard of separation of church and state? Has Greg Locke not heard of freedom of religion? Has Greg Locke not heard of Democrats that are Christian and Republicans that are Christian and Democrats that are Muslim and Republicans that are Muslim and Jewish? And I don't care what religion you are. Greg Locke, you need a hug. What is wrong with these people? The people on the far right, Christian right, who are now getting their followers to hate Democrats because they're somehow demonistic or child molesters or baby killers or whatever the hell you've created in your own head as to who Democrats are. You need to see a therapist. You need to, talk to somebody. Listen, Greg Locke, come here real quick. Listen, I come from a country, I was born in Iran. I come from a country where religion took over the country. Religion took over the politics of the country. It's not a pretty sight, okay? The Islamic Republic of Iran is not a pretty sight. A lot of rights were taken away. A lot of bad things happened. You don't want the Christian Republic of America, which is kind of, you want that, but most people don't. Please, everybody else who's not as cuckoo as Greg Locke, just do me a favor and realize they're coming for you, they're coming for me, they're coming for us, they're coming from everybody.
A San Francisco Archbishop is banning Speaker Nancy Pelosi from receiving Holy Communion over her support for abortion. Archbishop Salvatore Cordileone telling Pelosi, quote, you are not to be admitted to Holy Communion until such a time as you publicly repudiate your advocacy for the legitimacy of abortion.
You are not going to believe this archbishop's stunning hypocrisy, and boy, do I have examples. Just wait for it. Elderly Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi has been barred by the Roman Catholic bishop from receiving Holy Communion because of her support for abortion rights while continuing to refer to her Catholic faith in public. I guess you can do one or the other, but not both. Archbishop Salvatore Cordileone of San Francisco sent Pelosi a letter informing her he would now prevent her from receiving the Catholic sacrament. Despite the bishop's declaration, Pelosi, in a gangster move, still received Holy Communion shortly thereafter at the 9 a.m. Mass in Georgetown because the cardinal didn't ban her. She outranked him with the cardinal. The bishop moves to take Pelosi out. Pelosi takes the bishop. I always wanted to announce chess. But let's stop with the hypocrisy, too, while we're at it. I mean, why isn't Pelosi being excommunicated? The teaching of the Catholic Church, while totally ridiculous on this issue, is unambiguous on abortion. It's a moral evil. And the Church attaches the penalty of excommunication. So really, she should be excommunicated. As should, probs, I don't know, the thousands of child abuser priests? Or is there not a specific rule against that one? Is it too late to make a rule on that one?
Recently, Pelosi has sort of doubled down on her advocacy of abortion, wanting to enshrine it in law, and the bishop has been trying to reach out to her. There's been no communication, so he just publicly issued what she already knew. She should not present herself to communion as a Catholic.
Pelosi has described herself as a devout Catholic and has been open about her personal faith, but she's also strongly defended abortion rights and condemned the draft Supreme Court opinion that would overturn Roe v. Wade. But Nancy, how can you be both? Church law says a Catholic, quote, obstinately persevering in manifest grave sin, close quote, should not be offered communion. So, maybe you got to pick sides? Last year, Cordileone joined other bishops in the U.S. as they tried to push even President Biden to be banned from taking communion. Pope Francis defended Biden, though, stating that Biden is a good Catholic and that communion, quote, is not the reward of saints, but is the bread of sinners, close quote. If I'm following that food-based analogy correctly here, the bishop is going against the Pope. That is not cool. I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm a non-practicing Jew. It doesn't affect me. But it doesn't sound cool. But at least this Archbishop Don Corleone, or whatever his name is, always follows a strict moral code. What's that? He did what? Oh, wait. Archbishop Salvatore Cordileone fought against publicly releasing an official list of clergy known to be credibly accused of child sexual abuse. For real, dog? The vast majority of U.S. bishops release these lists, because the vast majority of U.S. dioceses had lists to release, but that's sadly beside the point. You refused. Your guys even sued to stop the list from coming out. Why, dude? This is obviously the very least you could do to protect children who are still vulnerable to these monsters. But I'm sure that's the only bad thing he's done, right? Wait, what? In 2015, apparently, he attempted to force teachers and staff at San Francisco's Catholic schools to condemn gay rights, abortion, and birth control as, quote, intrinsically evil. And in 2006, at a conference of bishops, he fought for contraception to be on that list. Contraception! This dude is just trying to give people nearly no ways to not have an unwanted baby. I guess he needs more kids for those predator priests. That conference resulted in a document that says, quote, contraception is objectively immoral. So, just to be clear, is that just like for official contraception, like condoms? Is it still okay to pull out and someone's chest? I'm just trying to make sure I understand the rules.
This is an act of mercy to Nancy Pelosi, putting her on notice that her soul is in jeopardy. Now, people privately may be living sinful lives, and we all are sinners at different levels, but when you're public about it, and in this case, Nancy Pelosi saying, I can be a devout Catholic and hold this view that is opposed to human life and the teaching of my church, that's a problem. So the bishop is saying, no, you can't.
Cordileone is well known for his outspoken opposition to same-sex marriage. That's like his calling card. So am I getting his belief system right here? Being gay is fine, but only if it's with unwilling children, not with consenting adults. And if it is consenting adults, just have sex, but don't settle down with them into a responsible, committed relationship? A position like this can only be described as insane.